Yo, what's up, people? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Wait for some people to come in the building. Waiting for some people to come in the building right now. You know, there are seasons to ladies. Absolutely. There are seasons to ladies. We're in the month of May. Soon we will be going into the month of June. And I can tell you guys that there are seasons to ladies. So what you have to understand is this, right? They have a way of doing things, of how they're going to approach you. Because right now, a lot of men is not approaching women like a few years ago, or a decade ago, or 20 years ago, especially 30 years ago, where you had men approach women. And so what's happening now is that most of the men are not approaching ladies because they paying attention to the season, to the woman. They have taken notes on how women move in the season. And I told y'all that, me personally, this is a time to be to yourself and to reflect on what needs to be taken care of, because it's something about this 2025 that their season is of their sin is being exposed, as well as the men's season of sin is being exposed too. For you ladies out there, the men of the season of sin exposed. The thing though is that you didn't expect your sins to be exposed in these seasons. And it's been exposed since the beginning of quote unquote 2025. And we're now in the month of May, and it's going crazy out there now. And the reason why this is happening is because the transformation is beginning, and a lot of men are sitting it out for 2025. The men that's on point is sitting it out for 2025. How do I know this? You say, Rollo. How do you know? Because normally you get a glimpse of seeing more relationships and seeing more people talking about getting together. I don't see that as much. And what I'm seeing is guys is learning from their mistakes in 2024 and willing to work on their sin. Whereas the ladies are not realizing it and taking it serious as much as the men are taking it serious with their sin. And that's what I'm seeing. So I will say to you ladies, you got to take whatever sin you have done and own up to it, and, get that situated, because you're going to be attracting these weird guys, these unassisted behavior men, unfortunately, because of the sin that you have not let go in your past. And see, there's a lot of strange things happening in particular states, let alone the northern region. It's a lot of egregious things these sinful men is doing. And some of these ladies don't have a man that's on point around them, because the men that's on point ain't trying to get with them. This is serious. There's a lot of this going on. So you have ladies approaching guys, giving guys signals. The thing is, the guy ain't taking the chance. And you say, Rollo, why guys ain't taking a chance? Because of what they've been through in the past. They're not willing to take the risk. And so what the woman is arguing about is, why is this happening? Because of the sin you dealt with in the past. You haven't owned up to your sin. And some men are paying attention, the ones who's on point. These entities, these deities, these dudes out here that's not on point is the ones who is talking to these women. If you think about it, the average guy that's deemed lame and can't get a woman, he ain't stressed out. He gets it. He gets it. The guy gets it. The guy that you consider lame that's not getting any woman into him, yo, he good to go because he's not stressed out. He don't have a target on his back. You don't have to worry about some ninja taking his car or taking his home or stealing his credit card and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you lady were honest about your sin and your past, you may have a chance of getting a man on point. I'm gonna tell you why I know because I be around a lot of successful men. I'm in the state of Florida, okay, and I feel like Florida is the number one place to see how the other states is moving. And there's a lot of men chilling. There's a lot of men chilling. They're not even thinking about a relationship. And I think it has a lot to do with the weather, the money opportunities, the traveling opportunities. And it's just what it is. Most men are chilling out here because of the weather. And while there's a lot of couples out here, you know, Zach and his lady, I'm running up 360 and his lady, you know, shout out to them. You know, it's a couple other guys I know that I'm cool with. They got their lady. So they good. They chilling. They chilling. So that's what's up. Me personally, I ain't looking for no relationship. I talk about things that men want me to talk about. Yet if you ask Rollo, why Rollo don't want to be in a relationship? It's because I'm chilling. I want to chill. For the first time ever in my life, it's good to chill to yourself and not only get the healing, get to see what's going on and see what is your best option, your best choice. I'm not rushing. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot last year and the year before, particularly 2022 and 2020, and, you know, last year with the Houdini. I learned all the stuff I needed to learn with these ladies. And I could write a book about it and make good money if you ask me. I could write a book about this, y'all. I could write a book about my life. Like seriously. And now the way things are today, I could get the book done within a month. You know what I'm saying? And get it on Amazon or, you know, talk about it on, you know, on my channel and make some money. That's one of the ways to make money. And I'm just chilling. Like, what's up, Forever Studio? I'm just telling you the season to ladies, man, guys, if the woman is approaching you, you know, that's a good sign if she's approaching you, as long as she's not with another man. If she's with another man, you got to keep your options further for her. Because I'm going to tell you something. As a man of my caliber, I have dealt with women and their minds have not ever been the same since they messed with me. No matter who they with, I'm always on the back of their mind. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm very precautionary of what woman I get with now in the future because she's gonna want me to stay around her 24/7. She's gonna want me to be in the house more and you know beginning stages. You when you're in the beginning stages of any relationship, you want the woman to get to be around you a little bit more. At the same time, that's going to take away from what you started with your own life. And what's happening with me is not the point of getting a relationship. The point is that I want to move around more than I was last year, the year before, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You got to think about it. I didn't get to do what I really wanted to do because I wanted to make the relationship work. It just didn't work, right? So now I'm like, okay, the relationship is not for me right now. You know, I already have stability. Thank the Most High for that. I have stability. Now I want more than stability. And the thing I realized with the ladies is that they're not going to come down here. It's not that they won't visit and stuff like that. They won't come down here to move because it's hot for one, it's nature for two, and for three, the competition is the range. And I realize a lot of sisters, if they not born here in Florida, they born from the northern region, northwest region, and the southern states, and all that. It's just too much to deal with. And another thing is very strict down here. So some people have a way of don't want to deal with those strict responsibilities. So I'm gonna tell you guys what's going on. Okay, so we have what I call a four season, right? I came up with this a long time ago. Right now we're in the season of butterfly. Ladies are butterfly mode right now with you. So if you meet a woman at this particular time, I'm gonna tell you when it's the best time. You know you're gonna have a woman that's gonna be with you for a long time. Let's talk about that first. Okay, let's talk about my experiences. I met most women in December and February. That's when I have my most relationships is in December. I meet a woman December, February. If you could meet a woman in the month of May, June, if you have a woman want to connect with you those months, those relationships last a lot longer than any other month. Because anytime I meet a woman, July, August, it's like a few months. If it's September, October, it doesn't even last a month. If it's November, December, January, somewhat February, it may last a few months. It all depends on it's a timing to meet a woman, if that makes sense. Uh, if you ask me what's the best season to meet a woman, it's spring. Honestly speaking, spring. Summertime, that she went through a serious breakup. She may be married and she's getting a divorce. Uh, Summertime, fall time, and winter time are the emotional months of a woman. The spring, she's at her best. Any guy that's been with a woman or married to a woman will agree that the women behave the most is in spring. They don't behave that well in summer, fall, and winter. Their emotions riled up. And I talk with guys that are successfully married, and they agree that the spring the woman behaves the most. They realize in their marriage or relationship when it gets hot, and I talk about hot, not only weather, economically, it gets hot for you. Uh, Something with us, when it gets warm, we have more of a pep in our step. It all depends on the environment, the area, and stuff like that plays a role. Anyway, I realize women behave more in the spring. Uh, Summer, fall, winter, they just out there smashing crazy. That's because they have the emotions get riled up. Spring, they the calmest. So I would say if you get a woman in the spring, you have a higher percentage chance of having a longevity relationship with her. Any other season, it fluctuates. You may catch a break during the summer. You may catch a break during the spring, and no, catch a break summer, fall, and winter. Excuse me. The spring, they just in the butterfly mood. Now, summertime, they want to control the situation. You know what I'm saying? Uh, the winter, they want to own you. I forgot what I said about the fall. The winter, they want to own you because, they feel like, why are you making moves in the winter? Well, most of y'all deal with cold weather. I don't deal with cold weather where I'm at, except for 3 weeks out of the year. And so you got to think about that. Technically, winter don't even exist to me in Florida. 3 weeks is time will go quick. That goes quick in the beginning stages of January. That time goes quick. The month of January always go quick in the South and the Southern states. It goes quick. Before you know it, we are ready in February, so-called Valentine's Day. And so it's like, to me, the ladies in 2025 fall in love. Yeah, fall is love. Okay, fall is love. Yeah, a lot of women in love in the fall season. That's true. And then they want to own you. Uh, it's like my mindset with y'all is this, right, fellas? When a woman is in her 30s or 40s or 50s, her attachment to you is a lot more higher if you are in a higher bracket or you're in a decent bracket, right? One thing I will say though, during my travels is that the women in Florida are more fun to be around in a long haul. That's not to say the women in Texas or Alabama or Atlanta, Georgia, and all these other places don't have the capability. Just by me observing how the women are acting down here, that's from here, not migrate down here, because you got a lot of ladies that migrate to Florida. I know the difference, okay? I know the difference. And the ones that's born here is so on point. Their voice of reasoning, it makes me know because I look at the situation with Zax. He met his lady. She's a native in Florida. She's not from New York. She's not from these other states. See, the thing with Rollo is being honest. Like I met some women, yet they from another state, and I'm not really into them. I want to meet a lady that's from a native here. I just think it's the right thing to happen if I can meet a native Floridian, because to me, what's the point of me being with a woman from another state that's from here? I migrated down here. I want to get the best of the best. And what's the best? I want to get a Floridian woman. I just don't want to deal with a woman in another state because of my capability of my mindset has changed over the last 3 years, especially the last 5 months. I have removed all the northern state ways, or how New York men have a way of getting a woman to be with them right away. We have that capability, especially me. Yet I let all that go to be normal. I want to be normal. And some of the Floridian women, I do see potential because I'm testing them to see if they're really Floridian. Because some of them could be saying that and they're not. You get what I'm saying? That's what I want. I really want that, you know. And I think what's happening with me is that I'm transitioning into that deep south, like type of woman. I just don't think it will be behoove of me to deal with a woman in another state because, for one, she's not going to move to Florida. It's making it clear. They want me to move to where they at, and I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. Even if they sincere and they like, look, I could put you on to. No, it's not the point. You could put me on. It's the point that I want to be with a Floridian lady. It doesn't make no sense for me to be with a woman that migrate here from another state down here because she still got that that state in her. One thing I'm gonna tell you guys something. You could take a woman out of a state to another state. They always gonna love their hometown. They could tell you, oh, forget about New York, forget about this state. I'm happy to be here. Bull crap. A lot of men are more prone to be glad to leave their state than the women are. In a long haul, you'll start seeing side effects. Let me explain something to you guys. Women have side effects when it comes to moving to another state, unless she's got tired of all the nonsense. That's different. Yet I come across women. They be asking me, "Oh, you ever thought about going to New York?" I say, "Yeah, I thought about seeing my family. That's about it. If it wasn't for that, I won't have no reason to go there." I said, even that said, I don't even want to go. I don't miss it. A lot of people ask me, a lot of guys, a lot of women ask me, I don't miss it. Because even when I did the Knicks thing, I wasn't really into it. If you think about it, when I covered the Knicks and Pacers, I could tell. I don't think Run It Up 360 and I'm sorry. I was like, okay, it's just a game because I don't have that New York in me no more, y'all. It's gone. Yeah, I could talk it. I have to ask it. So what? Yeah, that's just what it is. It's gonna take time to see me not have that anymore. Bits and pieces you hear me talk Floridian slang, and then you'll see the New York accent pick up here and there. That's true. What the brother was saying to me on the phone. He's right about that. It's just that when I covered that game, I wasn't hype like I wasn't hype like the guy from this chat sport. He stays in Dallas, what I'm saying? Shout out to him, but he was emotional about the game. I'm like, it is what it is, man. Me personally, man, I try not to get that New York harvest energy because it's just too sad. It's just sad, man. You could look at the garden. It looked this sad, man. It looked this sad, man. The New York I know been gone a long time ago. And so, well, what's this have to do with the season to ladies? It has a lot to do with it because the women were more attractive and more appealing in Northeast region. They're not appealing guys. See, a lot of you guys in the South, you will say that the Northern region, the West Coast women are more appealing. I will tell you that being up there, that back then I will give you that. Not now. They're not appealing because, for one, what type of men they dealt with, and for two, they come across you later on in life. They don't come across you in their 20s and 30s. They come across you when they're in their 40s when nobody is looking at them. And some of these ladies in their 40s be looking good. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Some of them be looking good. Some of them in their 50s be looking good. They still have it. They still got it going on. I know I see it. I'm just not going to put myself in that situation just because I see it. You know what I'm saying? The ladies, in order for me to know if a lady is fun, is this, right? She knows how to make you laugh. She knows how to appease to your way of doing things. And it's hard for them because there's too many ninjas around. So they have ninjas in it. Guys, we're not out there like the ninjas are. The ninjas are seeing the women more than we are because the ninjas are not working. The ninjas have more access to these women than we do. They have more access to their Instagram. They have more access to them on YouTube, off of social media, because you're putting in a lot of hours to your talent. When was the last time you good brothers had a break to go somewhere and to enjoy? It's very difficult to do. Why? Because you got responsibilities for yourself. You may have a child or two that you have to take care of. So it takes away from your opportunity to meet a woman of a high caliber. Let me tell you guys something. The truth of the matter is when you on point and you on your purpose, the women have to approach you a lot more because you don't even have time to sit and travel like you really want to unless you got a vehicle. This is why I get on you guys that have vehicles. You don't realize the power you have having a vehicle, the advantage you have you have an opportunity to go get away for a couple of days if you have the funds. If you're not, you got responsibilities, take care of your responsibilities. You got children, I mean, that's different. You got to make sure they're good. When you got that all situated and you have your savings, you know what I'm saying? Go take yourself somewhere out, man. Make yourself available. We gotta be real, man. The ninjas have more availability to the women than we do because they're not working. You're working, so she sees them more than she sees you. We very extinct right now, guys. To these ladies, we very extinct. Even on the internet, we very extinct to these ladies. We are, and so that's why I make it my due diligence to travel so that the women can get an idea of how a man really moves in real time and show them that there's men like me out there that want to see, you get in a relationship with a man that is similar to me, that have the if factor. He travels, he takes care of himself. He may not have everything you ask of him at that particular time, yet he will get there if you just give him the opportunity. A lot of you ladies miss out on your opportunity because you push the man away. You don't trust him. You have trust issues, and I get that because a lot of men have not made the promise, at that particular time he didn't keep. So it's difficult for you to trust a man. So you'll give a ninja more of a chance because he is providing you that fast life. And so when you meet a guy that takes his time, you're gonna give him a hard time because you used to get certain money. Guys, I'm gonna tell you something. Some of you guys, if you knew how much I took care of women back then, you would see why they stay around. Let me tell you why women stay around me. Because I provide them the best life that no other man have. And I'm not talking about what you think I'm talking about. That is a carryout. The truth of the matter is, if a woman needed something at that particular time before she finished completing her sentence, she'll have it. Most guys don't have that in them to provide quickly. I have provide for women that I didn't even do anything with quickly. That's why no woman could come out and say that I'm cheap or I never had it or I didn't come through or I always came through. It's just that when I didn't have certain things on my end that they wanted me to have, that's why they left. And they found somebody else that they deemed better than me. There's nobody better than me. That's why they are frustrated because they could be having a child with somebody else or whatever, and they still cannot let me go. And the thought of them seeing me with somebody else, it bothers them. And what they'll do, these season of ladies will do, is they will project their lives on me. And see, you guys don't see it. I see it. I just pay attention. I don't say too much. I observe and I catch it and I chuckle about it because I know they projecting themselves on me. They could be with a billionaire as far as I know. They could be with a millionaire. Or they could be with some guy that's more masculine than me or more attractive than me. At the same time, I put a presence on them. I put a print on them they can't let go, even if they've been trying to pray to let it go. They've been praying to remove me. They can't remove me because I put a mark on them that no other man can remove. And that's why I'm careful of what women I touch in the future because they think, oh, he's just talking. No, I'm not talking. I'm leaving imprints on ladies that I have not even messed with or talked with in a minute. And they still thinking about that day because I am not your ordinary guy. And so what happens, guys, is men like me, it takes them a year or two to remember what I did for them. I had a woman tell me, she said, I remember when you used to take me out and we went these places. And then she said the familiarity starts happening and I can't let go of you. I said, you have to let go. We're not together no more. You have to. You have to let go, woman. I'm not your man. You have a man, you got a family with this guy. Don't do him wrong like that. She's like, I will leave him. I will give him the kid. This is why I deal with guys. I had women telling me, I'll give that man the kid. I want you back. I said, no. She said, she was like, what do I gotta do? I said, pray to God that you take care of that man that you have a baby by. I don't have no kids by you. And you don't have nothing on me. The only thing you have is a piece of me. That's about it. You don't have, you know, any child for me. And I think that bothers a lot of women is that they don't have a child for me. They wish they had a child for me because that's the only way they could keep you around. You know what I'm saying? Because they know I'm gonna take care of the child. They know the child's gonna be powerful. It's like some of you brothers, you got powerful daughters, you got powerful sons, right? So they know that the child is the reason why that they get the access to you. If there was no child involved, you wouldn't even think about that woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of women know that. They know I'm telling the truth. You don't have no you have a piece of me, yeah. It's just that you don't have a child for me. And most women admitted to me they wish that they was a few years younger. Uh, when they got with me, they wish they met me in their 30s or 20s. You know, some of these ladies in their 40s and 50s, they want to live through a childhood they never had. You know, I'm gonna tell you guys something. When I met some of these ladies, they never had the compassionate that I gave them. Right, the compassionate to think better for themselves, to love themselves more, to have a pep in their step, to not give any loser uh, a chance. They know that. I put them on to the actual analysis of how to deal with men because they was not used to dealing with men. That's why I don't take advantage of women. So when women say I take advantage of them, no, I don't. If I wanted to, back in the days, man, I could have been I could have been better than Derek Jensen, honestly speaking. Like real talk, like you know how Ringo talk about men pandering to women. I could have been a Derek Jensen. It would be no Derek Jensen. Do you know how much money women willing to pay to see me now? You don't have a clue. And I'm not that type of guy because I'm like, yo, I'm not for sale. I'm not for sale. There's women out here willing to pay. Let me, bro. One of the brothers that I talked with on the behind the scenes was on the phone, and he heard old girl was like, "Yo, I got a Mercedes." She had a Mercedes and a G wagon. Well, she came with her regular Mercedes, but she showed me the photo of a G wagon. She's like, "That could be you." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." She was like, "Why?" I said, "I'm not impressed. If I ain't getting it, I'm not impressed. I gotta get it on my own." And so that's the type of guy I am. I said, listen, woman, you trying to impress me with a car. She's like, yeah, I want to impress you with a car. And I want to be a sugar mama. Bro, and she's in her 40s too, her mid 40s. Matter of fact, I'm 46, she about 48. She had a bad car. So she was like trying to impress me with the vehicles. I was like, nah, I'm good. I got women out here that want to pay for my time, man. Like highlight KS had women pay for his time. Real talk, women pay for KS time. Some of you guys would dream about that. Oh, wow, man, I wish I had a woman pay for my time. There's a dark side to that, though. There's a dark side to that. Are you ready for the dark side, Federal Studio? Anybody tuning in? You having sugar mama? Because it's the young sugar mamas too. Yo, there's young sugar mamas out here too. There's young sugar mamas in their 20s and 30s, bro. Will put you guys will shut your mouths up when it comes to making money. Man, it was a dude. He slept on the young lady. He was in his 40s, my age. She was in her 20s. Yo, he was like, man, she going crazy over me. You know why I told him? I said, dude, she's set, bro. She's super rich. He was like, man, she ain't super rich, man. How you know? How you know? I say, I'm an experienced woman. She gonna shut you down. So he was talking mad ish about how he the man. I said, dude, this woman got so much bread, she gonna make you a slave. Sure enough, she pulled in the G wagon, and his mouth was like, oh snap. He was like, yo, she pulling through, and she was a bad sister too. This is in New York. In New York, she was bad. I gave him props for making his move. It's just I said, dude, she ain't no ordinary. Listen, this woman gonna make you work for her, bro. Sure enough, that came to fruition. Yep. He ain't know how to handle that. So for me, it was like in Florida when old girl did that to me in Florida. I wasn't moved. I wasn't following her, and so she was shocked. You know what I'm saying? She was shocked because she was like, damn. Matter of fact, when I went to go see the movie Sinners, if y'all my members only, you remember those two fine sisters that went to go see the movie Sinners? They was in a Mercedes. They was in a Mercedes. You know what I'm saying? And they was following me. Now remember, I ain't got no vehicle. They following me to see if I got a vehicle. I ain't got no vehicle. I waited for my cab and got in the cab, and they they was looking at me. They was following me in the car. It's crazy, man. Women be yo. I wouldn't recommend you dudes to do it either. Following a woman to see where she going. Yo, guys, when you are elite, be careful because a woman could tell your car to find out where you live at. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. I got ladies trying to find out where I stay at. They ain't gonna find out where I stay at. Hell no. Hell no. You don't want to have those problems of women knowing where you stay at, man. When you're not interested in them and you tell them you're not interested in them. Man, that's deadly, bro. A woman know where you live at and your whereabouts and all that. You're not interested in her. Could you imagine you never had intercourse with this woman? You never touch her. Yet she could put out a photo of you and her being together. Yo, this stuff is real, bro. That's why I show you that in the video. That you got to be careful out here, because a woman can make it seem like you was with her and you wasn't with her. They got so many apps, man. These ladies, guys, you're not ready for what the dark side of a woman. There's a lot of dark side to every woman you're gonna come across. You haven't tapped into her dark side because you're not her sexual appetite, her full sexual appetite. Once you can get a woman to be a full sexual appetite, you're going to see her dark side of her. She's A lot of these ladies are very kinky fellas. A lot of these ladies are into what Cassie's into. No cap. A lot of these ladies are into what Cassie did for P. Diddy. That stuff is real, y'all. Like I came across women like that, you know what I'm saying? That's into that stuff, man. Like really into it, y'all. You just haven't tapped her into that world. Women before they go to their grave, they wanna have that out of experience sex, if that makes sense. Like I don't care how righteous you are, you may say it's nasty. Honestly speaking, a woman wanna have that out of experience sex, y'all. Every woman in this world do. That's something a man do not want to even hear. The truth of the matter is, a woman want to have that outer experience, meaning in a car, in the woods, on a balcony, on the rooftop, in the bathroom of a party scene, a relative's home. Bro, could you imagine you have a woman, you go meet her relatives, and then she want to get it on with you in the secret room of a family member? You telling her no? She like, look, I got an if, I got a scratch. Bro, y'all not ready for that, man. Y'all not ready for that. See, traditional women even want to get they have their freak side to them. Just that you're not the guy that they gonna show that to, because they gonna think you're gonna think less of them. Me personally, I don't think less of those women. The reason why I don't think less of them is because women are born to be freaks. They are. You just have to learn how to get it out of them. And I get it out of them without even doing anything to them. I show you they wild side. I just tell them to like chill out, because a lot of people ain't used to that. Chill out, like relax. I have to put them like in a situation like, yo, do you know that most people ain't used to seeing that? You know, I had this oh my gosh, she was with her moms today, and she was like looking at me so lustfully. And she's in her 20s. She was with her moms. Her mom's looking decent. In her 40s, her mom looked decent. And the daughter was looking at me like, come on, say something to me. Say something to me naughty. She was giving me that look like, say something to me fresh. And I said, I know this camera's around somewhere. Hell no. Hell no. She was a baddie too. She was oh my Lord. And she was with grandma too. She was tall, the way I like it and everything. It was like they just made me want to see if I was gonna fall for the bait. I said, hell no. I said, nah. I said, young ladies, have a nice day and stay dry and warm, cool and stuff like that. But man, fellas, they will try you. If they really got that itch, that scratch down there, man, some of them got it right now at this time of night. Some of them got a super itch right now on this Saturday AM. They got a super itch, man. They haven't been touched in eons, man. And if you're a guy coming in, you thinking you're doing something, man, you have no clue. Mm-mm. But yeah, let me say this in closure. You know, one more thing with the season to ladies is this, guys, is her dressing provocative. Guys, I could tell you from experience that women that dress provocative are not as highly sexual as the women that cover themselves, if that makes sense. The women that cover themselves are more freaks, and they want it more than the women that shows off a lot of skin. How you know that, Rollo? Because I dealt with both worlds. So I can tell you, I dealt with women that show everything, and they're not really highly sexual. They're more moderate with it. If you the guy that they give it up to, and you show them that side of you, they go okay. They'll be like, look, I just want moderate sex. The ones that keep themselves conservative are the biggest freaks in the world. They're the biggest freaks in the world, y'all. Especially these over religious chicks. They're the biggest freaks in the world. And you got to be careful with them. Be careful with them. My phone rings, so I don't know if I got any message. Let me see. Heard my thing alert. I guess it's the basketball game. No, it's not. Hold on. Yeah, shout out to Fabo Studio again for the cash app. I appreciate that, Fabo Studio. And also tuning into the show. Some people watching in the clouds. I could be having some exes watching. And that's another thing, guys. You could have your ex watching your channel, man. Um, hmm. Yep, it is what it is. You can't stop people from watching your thing. You know what I'm saying? Yep, you can't have people stop watching you from watching your thing. I just know it is. This lady's watching in the background. But yeah, yeah. That's pretty much about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to the show. We'll talk about this more later on. You know, yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'll holler at you soon. Temperature check. Let's check out the temperature right now at this appointed time. Let me check out the temperature. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's get to it. So right now we're in 76 degrees. Today will be 94. Low 73. On Sunday with rain, 90, 74. Memorial Day, 91, 76. 91.75 with rain, 91.75 with rain on Tuesday, 91.74 Thursday with rain, rain on Friday, precipitation 89.75. This is, yep, temperature 88.74 on Saturday, June 1st, Ringo's birthday, 80.73 and 87.74. All right. Okay. Let's do this. Uh, Miami's 81 degrees right now. Okay. 89, 80, 89, 81. Monday, 89, 81, 88, 81, 89, 80. 89, 79, 89, 88, 78 with rain, 89, 79, and Ringo's birthday, 87, 76, and 86, 78. Man, this is yo, this is wild, man. Could you imagine being in the 80-degree weather, at this point in time, man? Woo. Let's go to Anton. Let's go to Anton's area, Detroit weather. Anton's what? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Anton, it's 46 degrees by you, bro. You got a hoodie on? Yo, this is crazy. All right, so it's 46 degrees and it's low temperatures in the 50s. Yo, this is crazy, man. Detroit weather is Yo, what's going on? Let's go to Oakland. Let's go to I'm spelling it wrong. I'm spelling Oakland wrong, y'all. Let's go. So Oakland, California, in the 60s, 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 50s. That's not warm. That's chilly temperatures. And the Bay is chilly over there. It's chilly in the Bay, man. What? I can't do it. I can't do it. Let's see, Los Angeles. Los Angeles is in the 70s and 60s. Okay, that's not too bad. Not my cup of tea, however, it's not too bad. That's okay. Yeah, it's decent. Let's go to Las Vegas. Now Las Vegas. Woo! Woo wee. Las Vegas is picking up. Oh. Now that's ooh. Ooh. Now that's some season temperatures right there in the hundreds. Woo. Ooh wee. Let me check out Arizona. Yep, Arizona in the hundreds. Yep. Dry weather too. That's dry weather. Yep, in the hundreds. Ooh wee. Oh man. That's dry weather. There ain't no humidity there. Like Vegas. All right. Dallas. No. That's why I don't want to see that part. Why is it not showing like it shows there? All right, Dallas. Dallas is in the 80s and 60s. Okay, it's decent weather. Okay. Yep. All right. Let me do New York. New York. New York is in the 60s, 50s, blah, 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 blah. The weather is cold. Yep. Low temperatures. All right. Yeah, that's about it, y'all. Appreciate it, Forever Studios, as always, for the support. You know, yeah, I decided to talk since I got up. I woke up and wanted to talk about this. With the season to the ladies, man, season to ladies. But guys, man, the women for the most part, they love that cold weather, man. I can't do it, man. A sister, I'm gonna tell you guys something. A sister, they love cold weather because that keep your so-called black behind in the house, man. In my dealings with sisters, man, they love cold weather, man. They love everything to be cold. Like me, I like it warm, man. And that's probably why. Okay, you want everybody wants to know what woman has been appealing to me lately. Okay, you're gonna be shocked what woman been appealing to me lately. Let's see if Forever Studio know. What woman you think has been appealing to me, Forever Studio? Because everybody wants to stay in the clouds. What ladies have you think been appealing to me? You know what's the shocking one that's been appealing to me? The Middle Eastern one, y'all. It's a couple of Middle Eastern women that's been appealing to me. They've been making it known, like they've been giving me hints, and they know that I'm not gonna just jump on course. The reason why I say that is because they know so-called black men is known to be thirsty, and they realize I'm not thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Just that goes for any woman. I'm not thirsty. Even if I'm attracted to her, I would not ever show that side of me because that's not a side of me that they should see of me. What they should see of me is, hey, if you want to be with me and you are willing to go places with me that I'm going, then we could see how it goes. Other than that, I'm not going to be thirsty. And I think that if a lot of so called black men stop being thirsty, the women will respect you a lot more. And that's the hardest part. Even for a guy like me, you would think that I'd be jumping all over these ladies. Nope, I'm not doing it. Even if they give me access to jump on them, to give them the time of day, I'm not doing it. Because I realize that this is a responsibility I have to have. I'll be the bigger person. Now, most guys be like, I wish I had Rollo's, problems. I'll jump on all these women. Let me tell you what the consequences of that before I go. If you jump into all these women's world and you put that thing on them, I'm warning you. Guys who have that if factor know exactly what I'm talking about. There are consequences. There's spiritual sexual laws. And I'm going to talk about that in the sexual bondage part 3. There are sexual spiritual bondage laws that you cannot do that to every woman because she is you taking her away from her. How can I say this respectfully? You're taking her away from her man, and I don't want to do that. That's why I tell ladies like, look, if you get with me, your life ain't gonna be the same. I mean that seriously. Your life ain't gonna be the same, and I'm doing it righteously. Well, if I wanted to be what people claim I can't be, which I laugh, I could shut this whole internet down for real, man. Like seriously, like there's 2 guys I know that were like me that could get a woman, and that was Maurice and Clarence. Like Clarence, I met in the '90s, and Maurice, I met at Delta Airlines, and he was security for Delta Airlines. Every woman would drop their panties for him, even if they were married. And he was an older gentleman, and he had that if factor. I know he didn't do everything with each and every woman. I just know every woman. Even the ones who were married, they said, I will drop my wedding ring for you right now for one night. And he was called bad sisters, married. They told him right in front of me, I will drop my wedding ring for some of that one night stand with you. I will not ever use it for evil purposes. There's some guys that do it and they get caught with a lot of nonsense, man. That's not me. A lot of women want to see me do it. They want me to chase them, but I'm not gonna do that. I got too much respect for myself and the gift that the Most High given me. You know what I'm saying? Because look what happened to most men that had that gift. They abused it. They abused it. You don't want to have. You don't want to be that person, man. So you can learn. You can learn a lot from me. That's why most guys know. Okay, I Rollo now. I got to be careful with him. But I'm not that type of person, man. Seriously. I had a dude say, bro, my lady thinks about you 24/7. This is a long time ago. I said, let me talk to her. So I said, look here. I said, your husband take care of you, right? She's like, yes. I said, don't ever have any feelings for me. This is when I was in the world. I said, if you have feelings for me, woman, you would not even love your family if you deal with me. You'll forget about your family. Forget about your kids because you'll be focused on me so much. I say you should glad to have a husband who provides for you, who's very successful, who loves you and cares for you. I said with me, you will have all that, yet you will not even be responsible for your kids. Guys, I'm gonna tell you this right now before I go. Hmm. Well, y'all don't know, man, the power I have, man. I don't do it. I don't do it. You know how some of you guys you have a woman, they gonna put the kids over you. You heard that scenario? You heard that scenario, right? Ain't no woman gonna ever put a kid over me. That's a fact. I could stamp that. I could stamp that. I could stamp that for real, for real. That's why I gotta have a woman that's gonna love her kids and not put all her ownership on me. She could love me, but at the end of the day, them kids gotta be taken care of. I want my kids to be loved by their mother, not disdain for their mother. You get what I'm saying? But man, you can't change what a woman will do for you, bro. I'm gonna talk about that more on Patreon, this sexual bondage. So be on the lookout for that, Patreon members. Good night to everybody, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.